I've been an ambassador at the airport since November, so less than a year.
So this September will mark my 20th anniversary.
I've been an airport ambassador for almost a year.
I've worked at the airport for 7 years now.
And I've worked at the airport for 7 years.
I was in the third training class, which was, we started in 2003, so the first year was 2004.
You know what? I had forgotten how long, and I looked it up this morning, 9 years.
I had a friend, a fellow nurse, that volunteers here, and she told me how much she enjoys it. And so I thought I'd try it out and have enjoyed every minute of it.
I started out in Evendale and Cincinnati working on jet engines, and then I transferred to Louisville. And when I retired, I told my wife I would love to get a part-time job at the airport to be around airplanes and engines and things like that. And she happened to hear of the volunteer program, which they were going to start in the fall of 2004. So I signed up for the class and became an ambassador and was in the very first graduating class.
I choose to volunteer because it was a nice thing to do, and I could be around people, and I had just retired, and it's one of the best people watching jobs around.
I decided to volunteer here because I had been looking for something to do since I had retired, and I like to travel and I like airplanes, and so it just kind of was a good fit.
Well, I had just retired from my job in education, and I wanted to travel. I didn't have a whole lot of money to travel, but I thought that getting to the airport was about the closest way to get to traveling without having to leave the country.
Well, I grew up in Louisville, and then we moved to Arizona, and I worked for a major airline for 30 years. I got transferred, and so we wanted to come back. Our kids are here, and when I came back, one of my friends who also works for an airline said, "Elaine, you should go out and volunteer because you would love it. You know, you still get all the airport facets that go on." And so that's how I did it.
The reason that I chose to volunteer actually is kind of twofold. One, you know, the old cliche, you know, you want to give back to your community, you want to help people and so on, but I saw another reason there, and it was kind of like self-fulfillment. As you get older, you know, you may feel as though you kind of lose your posture, if you will, and this enables you to stay on top of things and keep your mind sharp.
The airport's very supportive of us, and they've imparted on us how important we are as the first face a lot of times for these people who are coming to Louisville to make a good impression on the city and on the airport.
Well, it makes you feel good, you know. Other than that, I think it just keeps me busy, keeps me on schedule, and also still meeting good friends late in life.
You become an ambassador for the airport and the city, and you do help people, a lot of people from other countries and other states that have never been to our city before, and it's a good way to kind of brag about the city and the airport.
I was recently retired from nursing, and there's a lot of similarities in nursing. You know, you try to help the patient, and it's the same thing here. You help them, you make them feel at ease, and do what you can for them.
The volunteer aspect goes beyond just being here in the airport.
It's being here and being with people and being active.
I know that when I travel, there's a whole lot that can happen. Some things can go wrong, some things happen that you don't anticipate, and it's nice to have a smiling face, or at least a helpful individual to help you get through a situation.